In that regard, let me make a couple of comments about what we're doing and why we're doing it. There's been a lot of talk about, why we're doing this and why 25 rooms and why 80%. So let me address some of that for a moment. The hotel near the plaza certainly formed part of the impetus behind what we're doing here. And it started a process of evaluation about the way the hotel business and lodging in general and tourism as a whole operates in the city of Sonoma. And in looking at it deeply, we decided we needed to come up with an approach that addressed not just this project, but the next hotel that's proposed, and the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. And the reason I'm putting it in those terms is very simple, because this is not going to be the last of hotel projects that are proposed for Sonoma. In looking at this whole sector in Sonoma, we decided to come up with a comprehensive approach. We have about 508 rooms in Sonoma right now, available to overnight guests. These are licensed rooms. Of that 508 rooms, 350 of them are in the 4 largest properties. And those properties basically dominate the large hotel category for this community. Then the rest of the properties generally fall into the very small number of rooms, from 1 as a vacation rental up to 5 or 6 maybe as a bed and breakfast. And then there are a few hotels kind of in that medium size. You have the Init Sonoma with 18, now approved to 26 rooms. You've got the El Dorado Hotel with 27 rooms, and you've got the Sonoma Hotel with roughly 18 rooms. And it turns out that the deficit in terms of quality and style of hotel that we actually need to have and would benefit by having here are more hotels in the 25 and under category. And that's what we are attempting to encourage. So the initiative idea we put together here is to say that no new hotel in Sonoma shall have more than 25 rooms until the occupancy rate, the annualized occupancy rate, which is a figure the city maintains monthly from every hotel establishment, and aggregates into a citywide total, until that occupancy rate reaches 80%. In 2012, it was 64.5%. The problem is that every time you add a lot of hotel rooms, the occupancy rate is depressed, because there's more rooms to sell. Now here's the irony of the whole thing. They have some operating expenses, but I would warrant that the total budget to operate the Visitors Bureau this year is probably going to be close to $1 million. So it raises the question, and this is the question our committee asked. If we're spending that kind of money, including money that could be going into the Sonoma General Fund, if we're spending that kind of money to fill hotel rooms, why on earth would we build a lot more hotel rooms? It just doesn't make any sense. The 80% threshold was intended to essentially encourage small hotels, because there's no limitation on under 25, and to say that until the occupancy rate justifies it, we're not going to build large properties. We're not going to build large resort-style hotels at all in Sonoma, because basically there's no reason to do it. All it's going to do is depress the occupancy in the other existing establishments. The way the current general plan reads is there's no limitation on the number of hotels that can be added in a hotel project. And to give you a sense of scale or character, MacArthur Place with 66 rooms is on 7 acres. The current proposal is before the city, and the issue that we have about that is its size, the number of rooms, is essentially 60 rooms or 59 rooms on less than 1 acre. So you can imagine the scale and the density of this kind of thing. So there's just something here that's out of whack. We're trying to create, and what we have created is a rational connection between the number of rooms we have in total inventory and the occupancy rate. And we're tying the issue of growth in this particular sector of our local economy to those metrics. It's never been connected this way before in the general plan. I expect the opposition to our effort, when it gets ramped up and our item qualifies for the ballot, to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to defeat this initiative.
Roughly how much does a special election cost?
A special election cost, the cost of which is borne by the city as a result of the citizens in the city essentially demanding an election, in other words, this is a part of the democratic process, is estimated to cost between $25,000 and $30,000.
When people ask me about that, I always compare it to the $758,000 that's going to promote hotel rooms this year. Or I have a list of many other expenditures the city makes that I'd be happy to discuss with any of you.
All right, fine. Those two numbers, Roy.
Okay, so please enjoy yourselves, enjoy the music, and we have lots of these little green cards on the tables here. Please give them to your friends, take a batch, and tell folks to go online to our website. If they want to sign a petition, we'll come to them.